Hello everyone, welcome to another video. So in this video I'll be covering this problem of range frequency queries. It is one of the best problems that I have solved. It was a very interesting problem. This problem is actually from Lead Code contest of last week. Let me take you through the problem really quick so you can read the problem statement, and what I'll do is I'll directly go to the example and explain you. So in this question you would be given an array list, okay, and you would be given some queries, right? So you need to tell the frequency of an element in the sub array of the array. Okay, so in the query they are giving the starting and the end index of the sub array, right? So in this entire array you have to take sub arrays, and in those sub arrays you need to tell what is the frequency of the element that they have asked. Okay, so let's go through this example. So this is the array and the first query is 1 comma 2. So start index is 1, which is 33, and it is ending at 4. So our sub array is 33 and 4. They are saying how many times 4 is present here, so it's 1. So our answer is 1. Second query, they have mentioned that the start index is 0 and end index is 11. So let's see, 0 is 12 and the end index, which is 11, that's 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. So the complete array. We need to search the element 33. So 33 is present here also and here also twice. So 2 is the answer. Okay, this problem is tricky, definitely. So when I think about about the queries, I think about segment trees, right? Segment trees is the first thing that comes to our mind, like how we can solve this problem through segment trees. So during the contest I actually tried to build a segment tree. I was trying to see how we can do it. I took my pen and paper and started working on segment trees, but we need the frequency in that range. So obviously we need another data structure, because segment trees can tell you about a particular range, but they are more of a kind of telling you a minimum or maximum element in that range or problems like that. What we need is, we need to tell what is the frequency of each and every element in a particular range. So that was like, to solve it with the segment trees, it was not possible. We definitely need a combination of data structure. And when you talk about frequency, then I thought about using hash maps to save the frequencies. A perfect solution to this problem can be that hash map stores the key value pairs, right? So key can be the element of this array, right? And value can be array list. Okay, key is the element of this array and value is a array list. Now it is array list of indices where that element is present. So just to give you an example, let's take 33. So 33 would be a key in a hash map and value would be the indices, the array list of indices. So it would be 1 and 7. So 1 and 7 are the indices where 33 is present. So we'll map 33 with the array list of indices where that element is present. Okay, how we are moving towards solution? Once this is created, once this mapping is created, what we'll do is, once we get a query, we'll directly search the array list for that element. So the query is given to me like 1 comma 2 comma 4. I'll search what is the list corresponding to 4. That can be an order 1 operation. I'll just get that array list from the hash map. In that array list, for example 4 is here, so 4 would be present at this location, at second location, right? The index is 2. Now I'll search, is 2 present in this range, 1 or 2? So it is, so my answer would be 1. Similarly, I'll get the array list related to 33, and array list would be 1 and 7, right? So 1 and 7 would be present. I'll see, is 1 present in this range? Yes. Is 7 present in this range? Yes. So my answer is 2. 1 is also present, 7 is also present. So my answer is 2. In this way, I'll search it. Okay. Now I did exactly the same, right? And it gave me, the solution is correct, but it gave me a time limit exceed. Okay, so this solution is not an optimal solution. Let me show you. So this was during the contest. Okay, so my 16 cases were passed out of 20, right? And this is exactly what I did, like creating a hash map of integer comma array list, and once I get the query, I try to fetch that array list and check each and every index if it is present in the range or not. So this was giving me a time limit exceed, only 16 cases were passed. So we need to optimize this solution. So let's talk about the optimized solution now. That array list, it would be always sorted. It would be always sorted. Why? Because let's go through this example. If I'm talking about 33 element, it is present here and here. Now obviously this first position, right, if you put it in an array list, it would be at the index 1 and this would be 7. So you place 1 and then 7. So you are placing in a sorted manner, right? Because indices are always sorted. So since the array lists are sorted, so we can use binary search here. Okay, I was doing the linear search or iterating linearly. We can do a binary search. Now how we can do a binary search? Now we don't have to search each and every element. If it is present in that range, we'll do something opposite. We'll see where this element is present in that array list, where this element is present in that array list, and we'll take all the elements in between. So that's what we'll do. In the array list, we'll try to see the starting of this range and the ending of this range, where they are present. So wherever they are present, we'll take that part of the array list, like just that length, and we would be done. So I'll quickly take you through the code. The code in the top remains the same as I told you. Like, we'll create a hash map of integer and array list, and we'll just keep on putting the indices in the array list corresponding to each and every element. Okay, so once this is done, this is a easy task. You can definitely do it or refer to this code, right? The main thing happens here, you need to use the binary search. So once you get the query, okay, get the array list associated with the value. I'm getting the array list, and then do the binary search. So for binary search, I have used the collections.binary search. In the contest, I was trying to actually write the binary search and I wrote it, but you can use collections.binary search. Do the search here and get the start range, get the end range, and simply calculate how many elements are present in between them and return it. So this was the problem. It was a bit tricky, I would say, but at the end it was accepted, and it's like, I think, the most optimized solution, because the runtime beats 95.04%. So I think this is the optimized solution by using binary search. This was really a good problem, because there was some combinations of data structures and algorithms used here, and the concept, like, range queries are something that we really associate with the trees. So I really like this concept. So this kind of thinking was really good. So yep, that was it regarding this problem. If you have any questions or queries related to it, you can ask it in the comments, and I would be happy to answer your queries.